Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Sorry this video took so long to make. I'm gonna keep this one short. Um, College football playoffs start here in just a few moments. Well, not a few moments, a couple hours, but just around the corner, the semifinals begin with Ole Miss and Miami. Sorry, don't wait till I think of that. And tomorrow is Oregon and Indiana. This is gonna be a shorter video. But I'm simply here for one thing. That's to break down the semifinal round of the college football playoffs and get this video out, hopefully, before the Ole Miss versus Miami game begins at 7 o'clock. That game, I believe, is at the Peach Bowl, I think. And let me just confirm real quick. Fiesta Bowl. Okay, sorry. So Fiesta Bowl tonight, and the Peach Bowl's tomorrow between Oregon and Indiana. So I'm breaking down those games real quick. First and foremost, Ole Miss in Miami. The game will be getting started here in about an hour and a half. That game will be at 7:30 Eastern, so 2 hours early. Ole Miss, of course, only one loss in the season to Georgia. They avenged it last week against the Bulldogs. A big, huge upset to keep the Rebels' playoff hopes alive. Miami has been thriving off the upset nature. They beat Texas A&M in Texas when A&M was favored to win the game. They beat Ohio State last week. This Miami team is red hot right now, and they're going to look to continue to play that way. Mark Fletcher's been super good for Miami. He's been a joy to watch. Former almost went to Ohio State Buckeyes, went to Miami, and he has been dynamite for this Hurricanes offense and one of their best pieces during their playoffs. Of course, you cannot forget about Miami's pass rush. Miami's pass rush has been absolutely insane, and they're going to look to put a lot of pressure on Trinidad Shambles in this one. Meanwhile, if you're Ole Miss, you're looking to continue the energy that you have built these last couple of weeks, despite all the negative energy that had been around this team with the departure of Lane Kiffin and all of that drama. They're here, and they're going to be looking to continue to build off that energy they've created these last two games in this one. As far as the winner goes, this is going to be a very competitive game. Both teams have great defenses, especially Miami with those two big men up front. But it's going to come down to the offense. Whose offense is going to outlast the other? And in my opinion, Ole Miss has the better weapons. Ole Miss has the better energy. And they've been able to score a lot more points in the playoffs than Miami has. So, congratulations to Miami for getting this far. But unfortunately, their playoff run will come to an end. I'm going to go Ole Miss, knocks off Miami, and goes to play for the first national championship in program history. Moving on to tomorrow's game. Again, this video is going to be very short, but tomorrow, Indiana and Oregon. These two teams faced off against each other in Eugene, and Indiana won. The big piece of that win was pressuring the quarterbacks. Both teams tried to pressure the other team's quarterback as much as possible, and while successful mostly, it was especially successful on the Indiana side. Dante Moore did not look comfortable for one moment of that game. And because of it, Indiana won. That pass rush that they had that game was really good. Oregon's pass rush, while it had been great in years past, hasn't been as noticeable this season with Mateo Uiagalelei not really performing the expectations that we really had for him, but he's still dangerous. He's still a really good player, and he's going to be a big question. And his play is going to be a big question mark up front because he could be the difference maker on Oregon's side of the ball if he can get going. But on Indiana's side, just continue what you did last time around. Continue what you've been doing the whole playoffs, really. Dominating your opponents. Go win another big game. You smoked Alabama last round. They're going to be looking to do the same thing and continue to prove that IU football is no pushover. They're legit, and they're going to contend for a national title. This will be the best game of the playoffs, in my opinion. Obviously, the national championship could be better. But if this, in my opinion, could be the biggest game thus far in the postseason. I am leaning towards Indiana. I think they have more positive momentum going into the game. With that being said, Oregon is also very good. And I've heard a lot of people say this, and I view the same way. I think Indiana's going to win, but don't be surprised if Oregon wins too, because Oregon is also a really good team. Dan Lanning has the boys playing very well right now. They shut out their opponent last week. They're going to be looking to have another great defensive performance this week. Whether they can against the Heisman Trophy winner, I don't know. Because while these two teams have played once and adjustments are made, at the end of the day, I feel like Indiana, for the most part, is playing even better now than they did when they played Oregon and Eugene earlier in the year. That being said, Oregon's also played much better ball as well. So it's going to be a hell of a game. Once again, I'm going to lean towards Indiana, but don't be surprised if Oregon can pull off the upset. So that means my national championship game prediction as of now will be Indiana and Ole Miss. What an underdog story that would be. That's if we get it, but of course, those are just my predictions. Semifinals of the college football playoffs begin tonight with the Fiesta Bowl or Ole Miss and Miami. Tomorrow is the Peach Bowl between Indiana and Oregon. Whoever wins those two games will play each other in the national championship on January 19th in Miami. We only have a few games left of the college football season. It's sad, but let's enjoy it while it lasts. And let's enjoy some football. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video that I probably will make tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. See you.